welcome back. This is video 2 now. And once again, my name is Antonio. I'm a certified life coach, personal trainer, Reiki practitioner, and founder of Trinity Life Coach Services, LLC. As I mentioned before, the first thing we're going to start talking about is discipline, right? Now, where does this come from? Why discipline? A lot of people have that problem where they're, I wish I had the discipline to go back to school or be in school. I wish I had the discipline to work out. I wish I had the discipline to turn down that sweet treat or say no to that extra beer. A lot of people wish they had that discipline. And what has come to my mind is, what is discipline, right? So discipline is not something genetics. It's something that we can actually work on. And I've got a few studies here that kind of back each other up and correlate on how we can actually develop more discipline, but at the same time lose it if we don't use it, right? So let's go back to the term exercise discipline. Oh, he exercised discipline, she exercised discipline when they did this. Well, when you exercise discipline, it's like exercising anything else. You have to work at it, you have to practice it in order to be better at it. And so there was a study conducted back in 2009 by Todd Hare, Colin Cameron, two neuroscientists who decided they wanted to use fMRI to see the activity in the brain when people were faced with making decisions. Now, mainly in this decision, it was whether they were going to have a sweet treat or something healthy, I believe. And so what they noticed is that there is a lot of activity in two primary areas of the brain whenever people exercise that discipline. The ventromedial prefrontal cortex, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex are the two areas. Now, what does that mean to you and I? Probably not too much, but it does mean that there's a lot of activity going on when we decide to go with a healthier choice or use discipline in a certain way. You see that the brain starts to work out. So, don't we also do that when we're at the gym? We work out, right? Well, the brain starts to work out when it does that too. So, what does that mean? That means that you can actually exercise discipline and you can start using it much like you use your muscles to develop them. You can develop your discipline. Another interesting study that kind of goes with this is the Stanford marshmallow experiment that was conducted in the 70s, 1972. Now, this one tested delayed gratification in children, right? Where they took a child, put him in a room, told him, you can have this one marshmallow now, or if you wait for me to come back, I'll give you more marshmallows when I return. Some children obviously were like, oh, let me eat the marshmallow now. So they ate the one. Others exercised discipline and waited for sometimes minutes, half an hour, several minutes, up to an hour. And you can see the kids debating this, like, should I eat it now? Are they ever going to come back? What if there are no marshmallows? But they exercised enough discipline to where they delayed their gratification because they knew that there was something better coming, and they had the discipline to stand down from the one marshmallow in order to get more. So self-discipline is not necessarily genetics. It's something that we can even see in kids as they struggle to use this discipline and to exercise it, right? It's not genetics. We can use it, we can exercise it, we can actually make it grow in our lives. But we use it every day, right? We use it every day. When you woke up today to get to work, maybe you didn't want to go to work. Maybe you wanted to stay in bed, but you're at work or you're at school or you're wherever you needed to be. You exercised discipline to get there, right? And we all exercise discipline every day. Even if it's just waiting at that red light that takes forever to turn. And you're like, man, if I could just run this light. But you don't. You exercise discipline and you wait. Somebody comes across your way that you're not having it today. They say something wrong and you just want to smack them one across the head, but you don't. You exercise discipline and you don't hit them, right? Hopefully not. But as we exercise discipline, we start to see that it becomes harder and harder and harder to say no to that extra drink, to say no to that cupcake after dinner. Why is that? It's something called willpower depletion. And there was an experiment, another experiment conducted in 1996 by Will Baumeister, where he saw depletion in willpower in subjects. So let me tell you how this one worked. He took a room and filled it with a lot of sweet treats, a lot of good food, and then he took bitter radishes on one table. He told group A, you can have all the sweet treats, all the food you want. Group B, you're only allowed to eat radishes. You can't have anything else. After some time passed, he gave them all puzzles. Puzzles that were critical thinking puzzles that required a lot of strategy, critical thinking in order to solve. Well, what he noticed is that the people who only had the radishes and stayed away from the treats ended up quitting the puzzles a lot sooner than the other ones. And that shows us that because they exercised so much willpower to stay away from the treats in front of them and had only the radishes, by the time they came down to getting the puzzles done, getting the work done, they all said, I'm done. Screw this. I'm out. I don't have the energy for this. While the other team stuck around and they solved the puzzles, in a much timelier manner, and more of them solved them. So we can start depleting our willpower. And that's why we have treat days or cheat days, whatever you want to call them, right? And this is why Monday through Friday, a lot of us are like, I'm really good on my diet. I've been at the gym. I've been working out. I'm feeling great. Come Saturday, all of a sudden that goes to waste. You're eating again, you're drinking again, you're partying again, you're skipping out of the gym just to go back on Monday and be like, oh man, I ate so much, I drank so much. It's because you experienced willpower depletion and you couldn't say no on the weekends when everybody's having fun because you exercised so much will throughout the day, throughout the week, that now you're just like, screw it, I'll pick it up on Monday. Well, how do we combat this willpower depletion? Protect your willpower. Protect it, right? Know that you will eventually need a break. You can't say no all the time. Just be mindful of what you say yes to, right? So if you know throughout the week, hey, you know what? I've been doing really well. I want to give myself a treat. Do it. That's fine. Just don't overdo it. Have that discipline to also say only one, and that's it. So another really good way to do it is to get rid of the temptations, right? So we have cupboards full of cupcakes and cookies and snacks and muffins, and we know that we're the type of people that, hey, man, I can't say no to that. Like me, pastries, that's my kryptonite. Pastries are my kryptonite, but that's why I don't keep them around me. Not in the house. Like, yes, we'll have some for the kids and stuff, but if I can, when the kid's gone, pastries are gone too. I don't need them around because otherwise I'll be in there. So remove the temptations, right? Remove yourself from situations. If you know you can't say no to certain people or certain habits, remove yourself from those situations and you'll see your willpower protected. Accountability partner, right? Or accountability buddy, or as we called it in the military, your battle buddy. Somebody who's going to keep you accountable. Somebody who's going to say, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that. You have a goal. Somebody who's going to tell you shouldn't really have that, have this instead. Now, your accountability buddy is there to do that for you. Can't get mad at them for checking you on that kind of stuff. I do. I know. I'm guilty, and I'm sorry, accountability buddy. But yeah, it's like, hey man, you shouldn't be having that. Come on, you know better. And then you lay it out on them. But no, they're there for that, right? So be grateful for them. And that's where a personal trainer comes in. The life coach comes in. Even if it's just somebody in your household that's going to be, hey, look, I really want to get into that dress. I really want to get into that bathing suit, that suit, or those pants again. Hold me accountable for this. And be thankful. Be thankful for them, that they're there. And then last two, obviously, reducing stress and changing your mindset. Knowing that you can do this, right? Knowing that, yeah, this is the mindset I want to have. I want to be disciplined. I want to be able to achieve this goal. Knowing that that's what you want to do will automatically put you in a better mindset, and knowing why you want to do it. Because that's the number one thing, is you have to have a strong enough why for your goal in order to achieve it. So know why you want to do it and you won't stop. Reduce your stress. Well, that actually comes with all this. Once you start living a more disciplined life, once you start being more positive about yourself and feeling better about yourself, you'll see that stress itself will actually start to reduce in the brain. And we'll talk about all of that in more videos to come. But for now, let's stick to this. How to develop discipline, right? How to exercise discipline, and how to also know when to take a break, and start to see when your willpower is depleting, start to say, I'm starting to feel a little weak here. Let me give myself a treat, but have that limit. Have that limit and have that accountability partner to keep that limit for you. All right. So thanks for sticking around. This is the first video ever, first informative video ever that I'm putting out there. I'm going to have a lot more of this stuff coming out at you. But if there's anything in particular that you want to add to this or question about this, or if you want to hear more about a certain thing, drop it in the comment, hit me up directly. I'm also on Instagram, or check out the website, which is trinitylifecoachservices.com. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks again for if you know what, if you like this, please share it, give me that thumbs up, subscribe, and let's grow. Let's do this. See you guys on the